In studio for a little bit longer is Mudbug's general manager, Scott Muscutt. I said to you when you sat down, I said, Shreveport, we need one a lot. We may need another pep talk. And who better to give us that pep talk than you? For a number of reasons. The bond issue did not pass. It was very heated. People were for it. People were against it. There were people who thought it was the greatest idea of all time. A lot of people thought it was, well, Aaron's shirt. This bond issue sucks. Change my mind. Right. And there's always in Shreveport a lot of things, and a lot of them less than positive going on.
Sure.
And yet you've been in this town. You've been since 1997. And would it be fair to say, I'm not going to say you're the city's number one cheerleader. You know, when I say cheerleader, it's like rah-rah for nothing. You're almost like Shreveport's public defender. You go in, you make the case, you lay it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sure.
Why, this is a pretty great place to be. You stay here by choice. You have built a life and a business, a thriving sports franchise here in a town where franchises go to die. Right. What have you done, and why do you, as do I, dare I say, love this place?
There's a lot to love. We had the National Black Rodeo Finals.
You put a lot of that up on the weekend. Tell folks about that and why you're making that point.
Unreal. It was so much fun. The place was packed, and everyone who came in ready to have fun. And guess what happened? They had fun. This is what I truly believe. I truly believe we are all self-made, but only the successful people admit it. We have to take ownership of the things that we want to see, and then we'll see them. Because here's the deal. The National Black Rodeo Finals has been at the CenturyLink. It's a $60 million facility. It's a beautiful building. Beautiful building. And they're coming to Hirsch Coliseum.
Where was that again?
Hirsch Coliseum. And they had every reason to say, man, it's cold in here. Man, it's not the CenturyLink. And, we don't have this. And, we had to park way out there. All of those things they could have been complaining about. But they were holding their children up in the air. And they were screaming and hollering and cheering. The only thing that changed was their minds. It's the only thing. Hirsch is still old. Still to have to park way out. It's still, no heat in the building. All those things still existed, but they had fun. And the only thing that changed was their minds.
So let's extrapolate that a little bit to a community.
The only thing that has to change is Shreveport is what Shreveport is. And you can look at it and say, you can't do this and you can't do that. You know what? Tommy Scott brought Mudbugs hockey back because people said there's nothing to do. When everyone else told him, you shouldn't do this. No one will support anything in Shreveport. Well, which is it? Is it there's nothing to do in Shreveport, or is that no one supports anything in Shreveport? Well, Tommy decided it's neither. You know what? I'm going to give everyone in Shreveport something to do. And then those who are prepared to change their mind and come out and have fun, and sure as God made green apples, everybody's coming out and having fun. And I view like what has happened at Hirsch Coliseum is exactly what can happen in the entire city of Shreveport. We just have to change the way we look at things so the things we look at can change. We just have to.
Repeat that for me, because that was an awesome platitude that sailed by a bunch of people.
You have to change the way you look at things if you want the things you look at to change. You can't sit back and say, well, this is this and this is this and this is this and that's the problem. Okay, so if you know that that's the problem, then you know what the solution is. It's the opposite of that. But we're so focused on what we don't have, we're never going to get to what we do. And you can't find success that way. You can't. And the city of Shreveport is just such a great place, man. Like, the people that I know in this area who just are phenomenal minds. Like, I mean, unbelievable minds. And fantastic people. They're the reason that I love it here. And they're the reason that when I've had opportunities to go other places, I'm not interested. This is home for me. This is, and it will always be home for me because home is what I've made it. And I love it here.